Welcome back to Single Player Party. I am playing Pixel Legends. This game was very cheap on the Game Crafter, or not the Game Crafter. I think I got this off of Miniatures Market on a clearance sale, so it was like $5 or $10. There used to be Pixel Glory, but this is Pixel Legends Glory Edition. Pixel Glory is 2 to 4 players. This has a single player rule set in it, and it's not so bad. Um, I'm having trouble trying to get any progress, and I've played it 2 or 3 times now. I think I played it once a long time ago, and then 2 times recently to kind of refresh the rules. You have 14 life. You're trying to battle through a deck of bosses, and the Dungeon Lord is your final boss. There's a co-op side for when you play co-op or single player, and then there's a free-for-all side when you play for the 2 to 4 competitive version. And in the competitive version, the bosses or monsters have some fame. So whoever collects the most fame is gonna win after you fight 15 of these, 14 of these, and one of him. In this version, you have to fight through every single boss. I've only ever made it about halfway. It's really brutal, and so you have to get. I think you're gonna have to get really lucky with the card drafting. I might do this another way where I actually do like some deck construction and try to make a deck that will have potential to win. And so there's all these elements. You've got fire, water, earth, you've got light and shadow, and kind of got a little bit of Magic the Gathering vibes. There's no, it's just a deck builder, but you don't build the deck as you're playing. You build the deck at the very beginning, and then you use that deck to do a lot of the same things that you do in a deck building game to get to the end. So it is really hard. It's a auction game with multiplayer, and it's a drafting game in single player. So I'm going to start this. You shuffle up the actual spells, and there's like 35, 36 of them or something like that. And so then you deal yourself 3, and this is your starting spells. And so I've got one light, a water, and a shadow. And it seems to be you want to synergize, especially when most spells just have like one ability. And then when it's got one of these uh, double decker abilities, the second ability triggers if you play more of that same type. So you only draw 4 cards. If I play 3 light cards and then this card, I get the second ability instead, which is more powerful. So there's something else called combos in here, but that's feels like for me is comboing. There's also a mechanic called a combo, where if you take too much damage, every time you get damaged by monsters, you get combo points, and then you can spend them to either defeat a monster or to draw 4 more cards. Um, so this is not a bad start. So I'm gonna set these aside, knowing that I've got one each of these, and I'll just put these basic out of the way because you don't really use them during the game, like the stacks of them once you build your deck. So we'll leave these out even though you can't see them with the glare. We don't need to worry about those right now. We're going to worry about here. So in this phase, we draw 2 and then we pick 1. So cleanse deals 3 damage. Shower draws a card. If we combo, it can draw 3 cards. I've got a draw card, deal 3 damage here, which is really good. I've got draw 2 cards. Each player heals. You want to definitely have healing. Deal 2 damage. Heal each player 1 health if this defeats a monster. That's really good. I'm going to have 3 water from this one. I want to combo probably on this one more, so I think I'm going to try to go. I might go light. See if I can get a light build. Oh, there's no. This is going to give me 2, and that's going to give me 2. So 4 of these. Draw a card. Discard a card if you do 3 damage. That's not bad. If I combo that, it does. This one can plink multiples for 1, 1, and 1. It's pretty good too. I'm going to go light and shadow for now. So then you keep doing this until you have 9 spells. So Call of the Gaia. I'm definitely not going to be getting this off. So double the damage stated on the next fire card you play this turn. That's not very good either. This is at least draw a card. Wow, gain 3 combo points. That's insane. And that's really hard to pull off because you only get 4 cards. You only get 4 cards in your starting hand. So you're going to have to draw a card, which it lets you do. Well, you actually can't do that to do this. You have to do one or the other. So for this one, sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. Anyways, I think I'm going to go with the Enrage. Double the next fire damage. And hopefully, I'll get 2 basic ones. Hopefully I'll get some more fire. That's kind of risky. So I'm at 6, so I've got 3 more to go. So I'm definitely encouraged to get some more fire here. This one does nothing. If you play 7, defeat all elemental monsters currently revealed. That's insane. Definitely can't take that. This splash card lets me look at the top 2 cards of my deck and put 1 in the hand and discard the other. That's always really good. So what do we got here? We're at 7. We need 2 more. So cool. There's the fire one we're looking for. And we're not into any earth, so definitely not going to take this. This does 2 damage and then 4 damage if we combo it up. So now we'll have 4 of those. We'll be able to trigger this hopefully more often. You kind of see how this is going. All right, and our last card coming out. Madness was fun. I kind of played this another time, and there's not a lot of help for this game. There's not a lot of rules clarifications out there, and so you got to kind of wing it. And I say if you're playing this, play single player at least. Play these cards to whatever's in your favor because this is really, really tough. Basically, it just if you discard this card, and I don't know if it's you discard it at the end because once you play all your cards, you do discard them, or there are other cards that make you discard a card. If you do that, you keep revealing cards off the top of your deck till you get a non-basic spell, which is pretty good. But this is having me discard a card, so I don't know if I'd be playing that wrong. This one says you may discard 4 cards. If you do, instantly defeat a damaged elemental monster. If I combo off on Shadow here, place 3 cards in your discard. Place 3 cards in your discard to discard your hand. Place 3 cards in your discard to your hand. Wow. Okay, so let's draw 3 cards from your discard. That's really good. I like this. So we've got a couple second ones, and this is 5. So having 9 shadow cards will help me get to these 2 secondary abilities. So that's cool. So I like to group these up by color here so I can see what I'm drawing, what I need to put in my deck. This is actually going to be a pretty beefy deck of so we're going to finish building our deck and we're going to draw the amount of cards it tells us for each one. So I'll move them over here so we can see what they are, and we'll do the shadow first. So I need to pull 9 shadow cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I got to sleeve these up because it just really helps with the shuffling. I just didn't want to sleeve up all the basics when I'm not going to use them. So that is one interesting thing about this game is once you sleeve it all up, it does not all fit back in the box, which is a little unfortunate. But you're going to watch me see if I can get to the final boss. And there was something else I noticed that if when I was looking at the final boss, he has a ability. The rules do tell me to put him on the bottom, but he has an ongoing ability. If a player defeats a monster, they heal 1 life. If that should be out for the whole game, that would make more sense because it's a very hard to get out there. But that also seems like it might almost be too strong. So we're going to get 4 fire ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need another sleeve. I'll grab that in a second. We're going to get 4 water ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my sleeve. Got a couple more sleeves I can pull from here. Definitely sleeving and unsleeving isn't going to be what I want to do for the game down the road. So that means that this is taken care of. Because, let's see here, I had, 4 and 4. And then looks like I need 8 of the white. I don't even know if I have 8 sleeves. So 1, 2. Oh, I have to pull them from the green. So we need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm just going to pull the 2 from the blue so that they don't have any sleeve cards. So this is a little fiddly. If you don't play with sleeves, I mean, it's not like it's a super high quality game. You could definitely be, riffle shuffling these. My brother and I call it truffle shuffling them. So you could definitely do that. But the basic ones, you don't need them for the rest of the game. There are some cards that have you get the cards out of your deck, and there is some merit to thinning. But I noticed that when I was doing deck thinning, you get to the point where you now have gotten rid of all of your basics, and now that card, even though it was powerful to kind of get you through the early part of the deck, it doesn't help you now through the rest of the deck because can't use that ability anymore. There's no more basics left if you burn them all, unless you start with a really high amount. So we don't need those special cards anymore. The deck is built. This is a pretty beefy deck. I have a couple reference cards here to help me. The big thing is what your things are strong against. So it is nice to be balanced in like, oh, I've got a little bit of everything, because it will show you every time you use one of those abilities against something that it's weak, it's powerful against or is weak against it, you do 1 additional damage to that monster, which is nice. There is a couple really annoying monster types in here, like ones where it says to destroy your cards that damage that monster, or stuff like that. You'll see. These guys are pretty brutal. So we are playing on easy mode where we start with 14 life. These cubes are for the monster life. So the big red hearts are 5 and the little cubes are 1. So we put out 3 and we just start dealing damage to these baddies. And so sometimes they have special abilities, sometimes they don't. Furnace monster, no special abilities, 10 life. 10 fish, no special abilities, 10 life. And then the enchanted armor has 10 life. And it does have a special ability, and it says each spell other than shadow can only deal at most 1 damage to enchanted armor. So that's pretty tough. And so you really want to we'll let the art be seen here. It's pretty cool art. I like the pixel art for sure. So this furnace monster said, years of experimentation have resulted in a monster that can cook its prey while it eats it. Kind of cool. The tin fish says, you'll need a can opener to get inside this one. Fair enough. Let me get my mouse out of the way here. Normally don't have this on screen. Hopefully that didn't ruin anything. Okay. All right. So we'll shuffle this without looking at the bottom. A good old fair magic shuffling. Won't be cheating. Even though I think you need to cheat a lot to win in this game. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we're going to deal 4 cards. And we're going to see what we got here. So this shadow is pretty good. It's going to do, at least, it's the only one that could do more than 1 damage to that guy. So we'll probably go there with that. This wants 3 lights to be played before it. So we can't really handle that. Double the damage on the next fire card you play this turn. We don't have any, so that's terrible. So we're going to play this card first. And it says, draw a card, deal 3 damage. So I'm going to draw a card first, because that's what it says to do. And then I'm going to deal 3 damage to this fish. So 5 goes down to 2 cubes. And that did not give me the red I needed. So that's super unfortunate. But it did give me 2 more damage to stack onto the enchanted armor. So let's do that. So we're going to do 1 + 1 damage to the enchanted armor, because it's the only thing that can do more than 1 is shadow. And then so we're going to do 2 more to it. And then since he's the closest to dying, we'll do 1 more to him. You really got to beat these guys down. So if you played your hand and you did not defeat any of the monsters, you have to take 2 damage. So and then you get 1 combo point. Now when you get 3 combo points, you can do 1, you get to choose between 2 things. I think the choices in this game are great. I just think there's a problem with some of the math. So you can either spend 3 combo points to defeat any of the monsters, or you can spend 3 combo points to draw 4 cards. You can do that anytime. So we're going to go to our next turn now that we've taken our damage and draw 4 cards. So you really need to focus on, really defeating a monster each turn. So we know that water is good against fire, so we're going to go over here and do 2 damage to him. And then we'll do 1 damage to this guy. Oh wait, I think I can do 5 to him. Okay, hold on. So we had 5. So first we'll do the 2. That'll leave the 3. Wow, this is way better than I thought it was. It's 2 damage to each monster. That's insane. Alright, so we're going to drain. We're going to drain, which deals 2 damage to each monster. I'm trying to find the sweet spot for showing off the cards. There we go. So 2 becomes 3 against him. 2 here and 2 here. That's nuts. Okay, so we'll start collecting our defeated baddies here. Sorry about this shadow. I can't get my lighting to work well, as is classic for this channel. So you immediately bring out the next one. That is, so he's got this Mungus has 12 life. He says, not worth the trip. It sounds like a illicit drug reference. So I have 1 more damage to deal. I'm going to make sure I get this guy close to dying so that I can make sure I kill something again next turn. And then each player, heal each player 1 health if drain defeats a monster. So that's huge. So we're going to need to keep making sure we use that one properly. So, all right. 4 more, and let's get going. Okay, so anything weak? So we need light. We don't have any of that. So the blues will be good against the fire, which would be nice. But I don't think these are Um, wow, okay, I've got a few healing cards in here. This is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to look at the top 2 cards in my deck, put one into my hand, and discard the other. So this doesn't really matter. I'm kind of guessing what might come out next, but let's take the shadow card. Put one into your hand and discard the other. Done. All right. So now choose one. Draw 2 cards or heal each player 1. I'm going to draw 2 cards. Well, if I wanted some balance. The last thing you can do is you can bank 1 card. You can bank a card and use it later. You can only ever have 1 card in your bank. So we need to make sure we defeat a baddie. So I think we can defeat that guy for 6. So let's take 3 off of him. So that'll leave him with 3. And then let's bank a shadow card. And then we'll do the other 3 damage here. And then we'll bring this out. Oh, I chose poorly. I wish I would have banked a light card. We are not going to cheat this game. Not cheat that hard. We're not going to cheat, but we might have things go our way if they're a little ambiguous. So we don't take any damage because we defeated something. We got this guy set up to go down next turn, hopefully. And this says, this is Spectre with 12 life. You know I'm here to kill you. I admit you can see right through me. Ha ha ha. Spectre you can see right through. Hilarious. It's nice when a lot of these guys are generic, but I just know that the really, really tough dudes are coming later. So, fire does not attack water. Fire is good against earth, which is crazy. So, we need to get this guy down for sure. So we need to do 4 there or we're in big trouble. So I would like to do 2 there and I would like to use both my fires there. So I need to figure out what the best way to do this is. I will bring in my banked card and I say we do a shadow, a light, a fire, and a shadow and get this guy down to 4. So only water would be weak against... no, earth does extra damage to him, but we don't have that. So we'll leave that like that, but we will kill him. And then that'll bring out a new one. This is the Lost Unicorn. In turn, take 1 damage unless you deal at least 1 damage to Lost Unicorn on each turn. Villagers love horses, and he has 8 life, and he is worth -1 fame. So he's kind of an interesting card that they put in the deck. We did defeat one, so we're not going to take damage there. And as much as I would like to do that there, I do not want to take the damage from not dealing at least 1 damage to him. So we're going to do that. So we're going to hit him for the 1. And that's how the game goes. All right, so we're moving on. I don't have any way to thin my deck, I don't think. So that's kind of tough. Water is good against fire and shadow is good against light. So we might be able to take out the horse here. Let's see what we got. So we'll get to damage him for 2. And then we'll damage him for 2 more. And then I think that's good. We're going to leave him like that because there's no way for us to not take damage. So I think what we should do is we do have a couple things of fire that are good against him, but I think we have more light that are good against him. So let's take 2 off of this guy. And we're going to take our 2 damage, and it was unavoidable. He's close to dying, so I don't need to get him on the brink of death. So we'll take our 2 damage, we'll go down to 11, and we'll get 1 more combo point. And then we'll scoop our 4 weak cards that we played and go to the next turn. 2, 3, 4. So it's fun. It's fun having a hand. It's fun playing the game. And look, we got our fire, which is going to be great against Earth Dude. This is play 2, and I can deal 4 damage on it. So I can do that. So this would be 2. This would be 4 against the earth guy because of the weakness. And then this would be 5. I think we'll just kill this guy and... Oh, that's hard. It's so tempting. Oh, this gets me with the inefficiencies, but it's gonna happen. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. I can deal 9 damage to him, but that's not enough to kill him. And if I don't kill him... Wait, this would be... No, I could do 10. So I can kill him and then take the 1 from not hurting the horse. Or I can kill the horse and knock him down and not take any damage. No joke, not taking any damage in this game is a great idea. So, let me figure out which way is the best. If I do the 2 damage to him, I would only do 4 damage there. If I do the 3 damage to him, I would kill him, and then I would do 5 damage on him. Alright, I think that's the best way to do it. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 on the unicorn, which will kill him. He's got Nightmare, a breed of steed that does evil deeds. 15 life. That's a lot of life. I don't think there's anything with more than 15. So now this triggers this upgrade. They don't call it a combo. So he's going to do 5 damage because it's 4 plus 1 against him. So it's big, so potentially he could die next round. That's what we're going to hope for. It's bad getting my burn spells that aren't with that burn upgrade spell. That burn upgrade spell is really good. Okay, so now we are doing a bunch of shadow and light damage. So these light damages are going to work really well against those two. So this says you may discard 4 cards. If you do, instantly defeat a monster. So I would need to draw like 2 cards to be able to get this, or have a reserve card. So this is really actually hard to use. You may discard 4 cards. If you do, instantly defeat a damaged monster. If I had it ramped up to 3, I could place 3 cards in your discard pile in your hand. Yeah, that would be really good. So now I'm going to take some damage. So I need to knock one of these guys down as much as possible. So let's do 2 on him there, and then 2 more. And then another 1. So 7. He's still got a lot. I can't do 5 there. And then I'll bank this. Yeah, I might as well bank it. Huh. I didn't think about that. That's good. I actually banked that for next time. Okay, so now we got 1 card here. And now I need to take my 2 damage and get my combo. Alright, so we go from 11 to 9. I know everything's hard to read, but you're getting a sense of the game. So we drew our last card of the deck, we shuffled the rest, and now we're going to go up to 4. So we didn't get the 3 we need to combo off on this thing to get the second ability. Some great stuff here, though. Let's see. Okay, so we can play this, and it says draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Not good for when I shuffled my deck. So this card is place 3 cards in your discard pile in your hand. I have no discard pile currently, so that's not worth doing. I'm in a good spot here where I don't want to discard these 4 cards. So this is discard a card if you do 3 damage, or deal 4 damage and other players discard a card. But doing the 4 damage alone is really nice. So let's do 2 damage to this guy. I say we do 4 damage to the Nightmare. Then we do 1 damage to this guy, leaving 4. And then 1 more damage. I'm hoping we can do 5 next round. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble that we can do 5 damage next round. So we'll do 1 more to the Nightmare, triggering this one's combo. Deal 4 damage, and other players discard a card, but I don't need to worry about that. So we're going to do 4 damage to this little guy. Sorry, Mungus. Alright, now we got King Crab. He is annoying. So I can only attack him if there's no other waters in play. If there's another water monster in play, I cannot attack him. So there's some good stuff here. Now, if I trigger this Shadow Blah, it really says Shadow Blah. If I can trigger this Shadow Blah, I can draw a combo with the 3 cards that are in there. Do some pretty big damage. Okay, so I need to be able to do 5, and I only drew 3 damage. So already not looking good. So we're going to play Splash and look at the top 2 cards in my deck, and hopefully... Oh, man. Now we're going to put 1 in my hand and discard the other one. Oh, that's fine. So we're going to put the light in because I can do more light damage. And then discard the fire. Actually, we're good. Okay. So we're going to do 2 to him, leaving 3. Then, what's the most efficient thing here? Yeah, 2 more. And then 1. So then he's kaput. And we're going to not take any damage, so that's great. And then this beefy boy for 15 comes out. And he's a fire guy, so our water is going to do 2 to him. Even though we need to beat down one of these guys, it's so hard to not want to. So he is Smolderhog, 15 life, and it says a fire wizard's cook spell gone wrong. That's pretty funny. Okay. How are we only at 2 combo points? I think I'm at 3 combo points, because if I was at 14, 12 would be +1 combo point, 10 would be another combo point, and then I went to 8 and I gained a life, so I should be at 3. Because I was thinking, I'm like, I should be able to kill something already. I may have cheated on that, but 14 life, if I took 2 damage, I'd be down to 12, which would have got me a combo point. And then 2 more damage got me down to 10, which would have been a combo point. Another 2 damage. I think I've been hit 3 times for damage, which would have been 8. And got me the 3rd combo point, and I'm only healed the 1 time, which brought me back up to 9. So I'm going to say that I'm not cheating, and that's exactly what happened. That sounds excellent. I always think fire should hit water hard, but it doesn't. It only hits earth hard, which is a bummer to me. Okay, so do I finally want to evoke this? Because I think I'm far away from killing anything. So this one will do 2 there. That could be 8. 2 to each monster is really nice. So that would have it at 6. I can get it down to 4. This is dealing 6 damage across the board, which would be really nice. But I don't think so. So I'm going to pull this, and then it says you may discard 4 cards if you do instantly defeat a damaged elemental monster. So I would want to beat him because if another blue one comes off, I can't hit him. So he's the only one that has a special ability. But he's not damaged, so I can't do it to him. So I'm going to defeat Smolderhog because he was at 15 life, but now he's at 13. And then there goes Shadowblah. And now I get Shadow Beast. He's got 10 life. And it says, generations of our top scholars were unable to bring to light the source of this menacing beast's power. This pixel text is a little hard to read. And I am not dealing with any bonuses, anything I can do here, so I'm definitely going to be taking some damage. So I don't want to take the damage. So I am going to spend my 3 combo points and defeat Cranky Crab. He says King Crab, but I say it's Cranky Crab. And so if I would have beat one of these other ones, this guy would have come out and tanked that guy. So he is Leviathan, a mouth of a shark, and a pirate. Arr, I get it. Okay, so again, red does not do bonus damage to fire. Or to water. So I need to just keep working on one of these guys. So I'm just going to do 4 damage to him. And I killed King Crab, so I don't take any damage. And we move on to the next round where I hope I can deal 6 damage to Mr. Shadow Beast. Not looking great. I can only deal 5 damage. No bonuses again. And if I had one more red card, I could have bumped this big time. So I am going to take a bunch of damage. So now to be smart, I think I should bring him down to like 3 because I think 3 is really doable next turn. And then start chipping that guy down. So let's do 3 here. And then 2 here. So that I can start building getting him closer to going down so I don't have him defeated very easily next turn and these guys farther away from getting defeated. So my 9 goes down to 7 and I get my 1 combo point. Half health, and I don't think I'm through half the bosses yet. But I'm doing pretty good. I'm definitely doing better than I've done previously. Alright. Oh, if there was a way to draw a card. Oh, this has a draw a card. It would be amazing if that draw a card was... Oh, I can't. Okay. I needed to have the basic light attack in here to do that. Okay. So, we're going to do 2 damage to this guy. And then 1 to kill him. This guy is Bulbling. He's got 9 life. And he says, wizards are a real turnoff. Awesome. Okay. So now I want to hit him for 4. And draw my card. Awesome. And I beat a guy, so I don't want to beat him this turn. So I am going to do the 2 damage to him. And I'm going to bank this card. So I'm poised to kill him next turn. And yeah, I like that a lot. Not take damage this turn. Double red. Boo. Okay. So this is cool. So we're going to bring this back out. Well, maybe I don't need to. Might just keep that there. Let's kill him with this card. And see what pops up. So red burns this. Okay, so he is super annoying. So every time so it's Pandit. Like bandit and panda. Pandit. Attack. Discard a card every time you deal damage to Pandit. He just might steal your heart. He is cute, and I do love pandas. So that is a thing. I'm going to keep this over here. I don't want to discard it, but I also want you guys to be able to see it. So I don't get anything out of that. I think I need to get this guy as close to death as possible. So we're going to do two here, which will take off 4. All right. And now since the deck is exhausted, we're going to draw, shuffle and draw. Again, interesting game, fun. I thought I was going to get rid of it, but I actually feel like I kind of like it right now. And if anything, I might just tweak it a little bit to, I think it might, before I get rid of it, if I can never beat it, I don't know. Maybe if I beat it, I won't want it. I'll get rid of it. It is a good puzzle, but it does come down to some luck. Part of me wants to try to build a deck, pick my 9 spells, and see if I can get through the deck. If I can beat the dungeon picking the 9 spells, maybe like a couple times, like maybe it won't work the first time, but just figuring out a strategy that will get me through the deck. I might play it that one time and get through the game. See if I even can, because if I build a custom deck 3 times, oh, excuse me, and I can't get through it at all, I don't think it's going to be worth keeping. It's so close to being really good. So let's see here. We got our basic damage. Discard a card to deal 3 damage. So we can definitely beat that guy up and splash. Look at the top 2 cards. All right, let's splash. Look at the top 2 cards of the deck. Put one in my hand and the other. Discard the other. This wasn't the red one. Okay. So blue hits red. Let's take a blue one just in case a red card comes out. Let's try that. Okay. So let's do a bunch of shadow damage. So we'll do, let's see here. So we'll discard a card if we do deal 3 damage. Actually, we're going to swap this out. I want to bank the red. So discard the light card, and that'll do 3. I'll do 4 because it's the 3 plus 1. So he's got 1 left. Then I will use the water to deal 1 more. So he's kaput. And out comes Firefox, which I should have done that backwards. Oh well. Unlucky. So he has an ability. At the end of each turn, if Firefox is below 5 hit points, heal it back up to 9. Firefox encountered an unexpected problem with wizards. And then I'm going to deal 1 damage to Panda, and I don't have anything to discard, so I don't know if it's supposed to be played this way, but I dealt the damage to him, and I'm discarding, but I don't have anything to discard. So I think that that's like the right way you're supposed to play it. So it beat the bubbling, so don't take any damage. Okay. Deal 2 damage to each monster. That's pretty nice. So I need to use this last, because if I don't, I'm going to have to discard for the Panda. So can I kill the Firefox? No. So I do want to get him down to 5. So I'm going to do 2 to him, and then this will get him down 2 more. And then I'll do 1 to Leviathan. And then I'll do 2 damage to each monster. And then Panda wants me to discard, but I don't have anything to discard. And so then I take 2 damage, I'm down to 5, and I get 1 more combo point. I keep him at 5 so that he doesn't heal. But 5 can be hard to deal, like this. Okay. So I can. Okay, so this will do 2. Three. And the fire would really do more to him. Okay, but we got him. We're not going to take damage. The Game Genie. This is the other guy I really don't like. So, anytime you attack him, you have to remove the spells that damage him from the game. So, I might be able to use him to thin my deck a little. But if I'm just planking him for 1, I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. So I don't have the fire I need to do that. The fire does 2 against earth. So I know I need a lot of shadow for combos. But let's try to get rid of him. So 2. And then this is out of the game. And then 2 more. So then this is out of the game. Oh, man. I have that spell in here that'll double flame damage. I'm just not getting any of that. So I think I'm going to take the damage. Do 1 to him. And then 2 to him. And I have nothing to discard. And, oh, so 1 to him. That's removed from the game. And then now I go down to 3, but I have my 3rd combo point. So I need to heal up like 3 times to survive the game for sure. So we're going to drink. Even though I want to heal, I need to draw 2 cards. Actually, let me wait on that. Let's do the 2 damage to the Game Genie. And then this light card's out of the game. So I'm thinning my deck a little bit. Hot Potato. The player that defeats Hot Potato takes 2 damage. So I don't have 2 damage to take. So I'm going to do 1 to Panda. And that's going to make me discard. And then I'm going to heal myself for 1. For 4. So we defeated Game Genie this turn, and I don't take a damage for that. And I still have my 3 combo points. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're so far from the end. So I can't combo to this. He's gonna hurt me for a lot. Red. All right. I think the best way to do this is to bring this back to my hand. And then I'm going to discard and do my Shadow Blah to defeat the Leviathan. All right. Vampire Mosquito. Ongoing. Players cannot heal while Vampire Mosquito is revealed. Awesome. All right. Double the damage stated on the next fire card. And fire does... is only going to do 3 to him. So let's do it this way. So I'm going to draw a card and do 3 damage to Vampire Mosquito. Then I'm going to double the damage stated on the next fire card I play this turn. So I'm going to double this, which will make it 2, and then it'll do a bonus 1, so a third one to him. And that'll have me discard this. Oh, this does 3 damage, but it's 4 actually, because he's a shadow guy, so it's going to do 4 damage. So he was at 8, and I do 3 plus 1, 4 life left. And then I discarded to do that that do source of damage, and then I'm going to deal 1 more to Pandit, and then I have nothing to discard. Whew. Alright. Mandrake, the root of some evil, and he's got 9 life. 1, 2. So I can only lose 1 round and kill Hot Potato. It says a potato that's over 9,000 degrees. Brutal. Brutal. All right. So, looks like okay, these must have been the bottom 2, and then I shuffled 2 of the cards that I just had to the top, which I don't necessarily want. So, this one is going to do 2 to him. And there's no way around it, but I've got to burn. Actually, let me bank this one. And then I'm going to do the 2 here. So I will get the kill on this. Nice. He's a cutesy guy with only 7 life. Alright. It says kill 65,340,285 to reach the next level. To reach max level. That's funny because I think it's Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest reference, which is nice. Oh, baby, here we go. Okay. So he's light. So we can do 2 to him. And then you can do 2 more, and this says double the damage of the next card I play. I like this a lot. Okay, so we are going to bring this into our hand. So we're going to take 2 off here. Let's start. Let's hold on. Well, let's hold off. That is the most efficient, but hold on. Okay, so we're doing combo damage here. So we're going to do 2 to him there. Then when I enrage this spell, it's going to do 8 damage. So hold on. I want to get my math right. So this is going to do 8 damage to him. So I just need to do... This one does double. So I don't think it matters. So let's do 2 damage here to him. Alright. And then we're going to do 1 damage to this guy. Then we're going to do 2 more to this guy. Then we're going to enrage and double the stated amount on... No, it does 9. And he has that 9. Okay. So we're going to move this damage over here. So he... Wait, we're going to remove the 1. So he took 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's down to 3. Now we play this to enrage, and this does double. So 4, because we triggered with the 2. 4 becomes 8, plus the bonus is 9. So we can one-shot him. Might be the first time I've ever one-shotted something from like spells. So banking that enrage was really smart. Game Shark, another one I hate. So remove any spells that deals damage to Game Shark from the game. So because I don't have any thinning, this might be a good way to thin. It might bite your save file. Ooh, nasty. And I think there's like some kind of like game removing, game genie, game shark, and like each of the different ones. So no woodsy stuff to get him. So let's do 2 here and 2 more. So he's out. And we're not going to take damage. So he's got 5. You take 1 damage each time you damage Pickler. Okay. So I don't like any of this. So I'm going to bank the cleanse. And I'm going to deal 1 damage to Hot Potato. Wow. So we don't take any damage because we did the Wisp. Pickler will kill us. This is annoying, but Pickler will kill us. So that's ridiculous. Okay. Each time you damage him. So if I don't... I could take 1 damage if I could one-shot him. Green is weak against fire. I can save him to then, but I gotta get rid of... I gotta start getting rid of these guys. I can't hit him, and I can't hit him without suffering massive losses. So... this drain is gonna heal each player 1 if drain deals 1 damage. I would take 3. This would go out of the game. Okay, I think I'm gonna use my combo to defeat him because I'm not attacking him. If I defeat him, he does 2 damage to me. If I don't damage him, he doesn't do any damage to me. So this guy's got 14. Is your Dragonfly. Double weakness to ice. Too bad there's no ice element. Double weakness to ice. Too bad there's no ice element. Well, that's just taunting. It's just taunting me. Okay. So. I'm getting near the end. I think I just need to cleanse Game Shark and deal 3 damage. Well, actually... I don't know what I want to do. Should I take the 1 damage from... Should I take the 1 damage or the 2 damage from this guy, leaving me on the brink of death? I could end the turn now because I beat Pickler and then I have him set up to die next turn. But I can also heal if I drain right now. Let's do this. Okay. So water to the fire is going to do 2. Then I'm going to do 1 damage to the Hot Potato. Then I'm going to deal 2 damage to each monster. So he's going to take 2. He's going to take 2. And he's going to take 2. Now this is going to be removed from the game. That's a big loss. And this is going down and I take 2 damage from that. So now I've got a Kappa. The Kappa are mischievous creatures known to kidnap the children of the village. Cucumbers are their favorite meal. All right, and he's got 11 life. Kappa. And if I can't beat any monsters from here on out, I absolutely lose the game. The pressure's on, and a bunch of basics really not helping. Okay, so they're all basics, and only my water would benefit doing. Okay, I think the way I need to do this is to do 2 damage here. Then I need to do 3 damage here. And this goes out of the game. And then 1 more damage here. This goes out of the game. And then 2 damage on this guy. 15. I have to do a massive amount of damage next turn to one of these, or it's game over. And I'm down to the last 2 cards. This is the farthest I've ever made it. So I've seen all of them, almost all of them now. So Great Sage. Fame is the path to the dark side. Fame leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. So Fame is the name of this game. And I need to be able to do a minimum of 8 damage. That's a lot. So the moment of truth, really no control at this point. Unless I missed a heal trigger or something. Oh, no. You may discard 4 cards if you do instantly defeat a damaged elemental. Actually he is damaged. Alright, so Shadow, I'm looking to hit a light guy. Light guy, as I'm looking to hit Shadow. And so I can do 1, 2, 3 damage to this guy. And that's it. And so then I take my damage and I lose. And the last guy left was the Mountain Guru, which I had never seen before. And then the Dungeon Lord, who has 32 life. It's a lot of life. And once you clear out guys, I mean, you got to be able to survive a lot of rounds with him. So I don't think this game is winnable. It's fun. I'll probably play it a couple more times and then I probably will get rid of it. So I'll always have the memory of me losing this game on the internet to keep me company as I get rid of this game. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you saw a misplay I made, something more optimal. Let me know if you've played it. Very, very curious of what other people think of this game. All right, and so 1 for the record books. See you next time.